Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the first intermediate grade. Our textbook is Super Goal 2 and today we will cover Let's Celebrate Writing and Project. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al-Agil. So let's begin. Our objectives in today's lesson, we hope that at the end of this lesson you will be able to, number one, search related words to celebrations and also write an invitation for a party and make a research about other countries' celebrations. Before we do this, let's make quick revision on our last lesson. Last lesson we had an interesting reading text where we have read about Eid celebrations, and we have learned how Eid practices go in different parts of the world. We had said, for example, that in our country or in Saudi Arabia, the Eid al-Fitr day begins with eating light snacks like dates, and then the prayer go to perform the Eid prayer, and after this, families gather together for festive meals. And also with Eid al-Adha, we have talked about how people celebrate in Eid al-Adha, and also we have discussed that how different countries or different parts of the Islamic world sacrifice different animals. Not only this, but also we have been introduced to new vocabularies. Vocabularies like the word widely. And we said widely means by a large number of people. Not only this, but also the other one show generosity. We said that generosity means the spirit, the willing of giving or sharing freely. And also the other word, which is donate, where Muslims donate food. It means that they give in order to help. So these were new terms that we have learned from our last lesson. And also we have discussed about the holiday, and we learned also, we said that we should discuss with a friend of our own and ask him about the celebration and the practices of the certain celebration, and then we can compare the holiday we have chosen with the way our families celebrate. So now, on our writing exercise or lesson today, we have an interesting exercise. Here in this exercise, I would like you to find 22 words in the word search that are related to celebrations. Pay attention that 12 of them are across and 10 words are down. Shade them with the pencil and write the remaining letters to find a hidden message. So, what we need to do now is to find 12 words across. And what do you mean by across? It means that it should go like this. These are across. So here what you need to do is when you're looking or when you're using a pencil, just go letter by letter and see if it has or if you can come up with a word that is related to celebrations. So how many words you should look for? You should look for 12 words that are across. It means like this. And also you need to find 10 words that are down. 10 words that are down, it means like from up to down. Up to down. So again, what you need to do is using your pencil and you find the 12 words that are related across, that are related to celebrations, and also 10 words down that also related to celebrations. Let me make an example here. So for example, imagine that I'm having my pencil right now. So let me start with the first one. So let me read the first letter. Here I have traditional. So here I come up with the first word, which is traditional. Traditional. And also I can look at it down. For example, if I want to make to answer it down, maybe if I started with this one, family. Here I can say family, F-A-M-I-L-Y. So you need to do like this. You can now pause the video and try to answer, try to look for 12 words that are across and 10 words that are down. And when you finish, you can hit play again so we can continue and see what or how can we answer it. So now the answers of this crosswords are, as you can see here. So here we have answered the whole, we have found 22 words. So as you can see here, we have 22 words. The one are in blue. The ones that are in blue are the crosswords, as you can see here. And also the ones that are in green, these are the down words. These are the down words. So is this enough? No, it's not enough. After you finish crossing, after you finish the crossing, and after you finish also the words in cross and in down, what we need to do is, the last part here, write the remaining letters to find the hidden message. So what we need to do here is try to highlight the remaining letters and see what the hidden message is. What the hidden message is. So here we have the first word, L, E, and also T, S, and let's see, here we have C, and also we have here B, and R, A, T, and E. So these are the letters we can find for this remaining letters. And also here we have E and L. So what are the hidden messages that we can see here? From these letters, can you figure out what is the hidden message in these from these letters? Very good. Yes, the hidden message is let's celebrate. The hidden message here is let's celebrate, which is the title of our unit. Very good job. Now, let's try to identify what are the words that we can come up with. So the words are, first, we're going to start with a crosswords that that goes like this. So a crosswords, the first one we have is traditional, where we said traditional celebration. It means the celebration that uses usually the old practices, traditional. And number two is fun, as we can see here, fun. Fun means that it's great, it makes people laugh. Meals as well. Meals, of course, we have in celebrations or different celebrations, we have festive meals. And also lamb, a kind of animal. Date or dates, the light snack that we usually eat before the prayer. And also celebrate, this is all what we do in Eid or in holidays. Holiday, flag, usually in national holiday we use flag. And also fireworks, usually also one of the things that we usually see in the time of celebration. And also graduation. When you finish school, there will be a special celebration, which is a graduation. And also Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr. So all of these 12 words are the words that we can see or we can find in a cross. Now, let's talk about the words that we can see choosing down letters. The first one is family, as we can see here, family. And pray, this is what we perform in the beginning of Eid. And also decorate. And here we have parade, where a lot of people walking for long distances. And invite, where you can invite people to join you. And also we have goat or goats. This is also another type of animals, as we can see here, goat or goats. And also we have national, National, it means that, for example, the national holiday, the day that people of that country celebrate their independence. And also gifts, it means gifts like presents. People usually exchange gifts. And also to share, it means to give people freely. And the last thing, which is the liberation, as what we have talked about. Here we can see liberation as what we said in the beginning of our unit, that people usually celebrate their national and liberation days. So now, the next exercise we have here, I would like you to read the invitation to a graduation party. And not only reading, but also write, work with a partner, ask and answer the questions with who, what, where, when, and why. So have a look at this card, or at this invitation card. Here you can see information. This is a regular graduation invitation. So what we need to do is to read this invitation and then ask questions by using who, what, where, when, and why. So let's read the invitation first and see what kind of questions we can come up with. So the invitation says, please join us to celebrate the graduation of Ahmed Al-Faisal, Saturday, May 15th at 6 p.m. Oasis Restaurant, Mecca Road. So here we have a lot of information on this in this card. So let's read what kind of information can we see in this invitation. We can see the name of the graduate, which is Ahmed Al-Faisal, and also the date and time. The date will be on May 15th, Saturday, May 15th. This is the date. And what about time? The time will be at 6 p.m. And not only this, but also it stated the place. So where is it going to be? It will be in Oasis Restaurant, Mecca Road. So these are the information that we can have or we can read in the invitation card. So now, since we know the information, we can ask the following questions. Now we can say, or we can ask questions with who, what, where, when, and why. For example, what was the celebration for? What was the celebration for? Is it for Eid, for example? Is it for a national day? What was it for? By having a look at the invitation card, we can say that is for the graduation. This is invitation for the graduation. And number two, who was it for? Who was it for? Who is the person that this celebration is made for? Is it, for example, someone you know? Is it a classmate, a family member, or the name is already mentioned? So we can have a look here and we can find that Ahmed Al-Faisal is the one that this celebration will be for. And also the last question is, where and when was it? Where and when? So here we have information about the place, where, and also the time when of this invitation. So for example, it will be on Saturday, May 15th at 6 p.m. and this is the time, and the place will be in Oasis Restaurant on Mecca Road. Now, the next exercise we have, I would like you here to decide which holiday celebration you're going to write about in exercise D, the following exercise, and I would like you to design an invitation to invite your friends to the celebration. So pay attention to this. First, you need to decide which holiday celebration you are going to write about. This is the first thing. So let's say, for example, you are going to write about a graduation, for example, and or another holiday, let's say the National Day. This is a holiday. And also design an invitation. So we need to design a similar invitation like this. Design an invitation where you can invite your friends to the celebration. Imagine that you're going to design an invitation to send it to other friends or people you may know, and to call them or ask them or invite them to join you at this celebration. So write about a holiday celebration in your country. Include the date, the clothing, the food, and the special events or traditional practices. Use vocabulary from the word search and ideas from this unit. So when you are writing, you can use the vocabularies or the words that we have used in this unit. For example, I'm going here to try to design a symbol or write down a symbol notes and ideas on how can you design your own invitation. So we can see, for example, here we can see, for example, when we're writing about a holiday, let's say this is a national day. We're going to write about the national day. And imagine that you are having a celebration at your home for the National Day. So what you need to do is you need to write down about the date when it's going to be. And as we have learned, it will be on the 23rd of September. It will be on the 23rd of September. And also, what is the clothing we should wear? Maybe we can say that the clothing should be in green, okay? For example, we can say here that we need green clothing. This is the dress that people should wear. Green clothes. And also, what are the food? Okay, we can say that we will have a national food or local foods from our community. So here we can say national food. And also when we talk about the special events or traditional practices, yes, we do have special events and traditional practices. We can list them here, like, for example, a parade. We can say also a fireworks. These are the practices that we usually have here in for a national day. So here, this is only an example about the ideas, the words that you can use for this unit, from this unit and for this exercise, where you talk about the date, when you talk about the clothing, the food, and the special events that usually you have for that kind of holiday. This is an example, a simple example on the National Day. You can choose your own holiday or the holiday that you prefer, and you can write more answers and more ideas of this. And now, the last thing we will do for today, which is to try the project, is to research a celebration in another country and present your findings to the class. So here, another thing that you need to do, or you should do, is that not only in your country, but also the other country. Find out, just use the internet, you can ask people from that country, find a way to research a celebration in another country and also present your findings to the class. You will see that it is very interesting to talk about different celebrations from different parts of the world. As we have read in this unit, we have talked about the different practices between different countries, where people usually have different activities that they usually do for each Eid. So it's very interesting. If you try to research, you can use the internet, you can ask older people, you can ask also people from that country, and you can have questions like, for example, what do you usually do on Eid, and what are the things that you prefer to do? We usually eat light snacks at the beginning of Eid, so how about you? We usually wear white clothes or white thobes and brand new dresses for Eid, so what about you? So you can ask a similar question to this in order to have, or in order to find answers and compare it. And then after you find all these answers, you can come to your friends or to the classmates and even may your teacher to present these findings, to present these results. You will see that you come up with a lot of vocabularies about different celebrations. And don't forget, before we finish, don't forget to check on page 114 as we have additional reading and writing practices. And now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.